my name is Zirra, and welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen, to Zirra Reacts, the channel where we break down, interpret, and do whatever we have to do to videos on the internet. It is absolutely bewildering to me that it's been almost a month since my last reaction video. I do apologize for that. Time just gets away from me so incredibly quickly, especially when I've got some things going on behind the scenes that just take up some time, and then I blink and shit's like just disappeared before my very eyes. So I do apologize. It's been a hot minute since one of these videos have dropped, but I can confirm I have hit the pathway to getting so many reactions done it is not funny. Nose to the grindstone, and I have upwards of 7 or 8 different reaction videos I have now sat down and recorded, and now it's just a matter of scheduling them out. So consistently over the next few weeks, you might get 1 to 2 reactions a week, which is absolutely fantastic. It's better continuity than, that I've had for a very long time, and it's the continuity that I've wanted. But with all that out of the way, we can turn attention to why we are really here. We are checking out Missioned Souls once more. So all the soulmates out there, I hope you guys are excited for this one, because this is one that has come highly recommended to myself. A cover of Europe's Final Countdown. The original song is a favorite of mine. I've heard it in many different iterations before. I've heard it covered and genre swapped, and knowing what these kids are capable of has me so excited to hear their rendition. But what's more exciting is the parents, Serkan and Sheena. They're getting involved this time around. So we're going to be seeing Serkan on the bass, Nasus moves to the keyboard, and Sheena steps in to do some vocal work. And while we herald the 4 kids on their own, it is always just a special thing to see Serkan and Sheena step on in and get involved and share that family bond, that camaraderie that they've built through music. And the one thing I've pointed out in previous videos is their connection that they have on screen. Being able to connect with one another and feed and bounce off of each other's energy. There's been many iterations before that we have seen with Serkan and Sheena, both just through body language and eye contact, get so involved with their kids. When Sheena's singing, she makes eye contact with Stacy, they smile. Serkan often turns to watch Ice on the drums and has a huge look of pride over his face. I'm just so incredibly excited. So let's do what we need to do. You're new around here, dial on in. If you're returning, you know exactly how this goes down. Let's take a deep breath in. Let's take a deep breath out. We need to make room, take in the greatness, because these guys so far are yet to deliver something that doesn't feel great. They have hit a home run every single time, and I am anticipating the same today. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Missioned Souls Europe, the Final Countdown. Okay, so I hate to cut music off at the pass like this. I'm playing imaginary keyboard in that intro as it goes along. I already feel a tonal shift. It feels a little bit deeper than the original. That just could be me and my settings with my headset. I'm not too sure, but we were just talking about charisma and stage presence and personality, and just seeing Nisha in that moment. If we just take it back a little bit here, and just her going through the process of just raising her arms, and then she looks at Stacy with like a kind of cheeky smile, and you can see Nasus in the back is kind of seeing what's going on, and she's smiling as well. This is the type of energy you love to see. This is something that is going to hold them in great stead moving forward collectively, as not just as a family, but as a band. Might take it back just a little bit and pick it on up, because I know people hate it when I pause and talk. I don't want to upset them, so let's go. And again, before they cut into actually singing, and I hate to cut Stacey off there, but just again, that moment where Stacey and Nisha kind of go back to back a little bit and they're really getting into the groove. I just love interactivity like that. And there are bands that have been together for 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years that don't exhibit stage presence or show that personality and let that come through, and it makes for a less entertaining watch. Like, you can take in the music and enjoy the music all you want, but to see the performers on stage really getting into the moment, really thriving within one another's energy, that is something that, as at least in my mind, we love to see as consumers, as fans, as people in the crowd. And to see that they're nailing that so early on, given that they're all still like teenagers, again, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Get it, Ice! Nasus has no business being this good. I swore, and I will censor that. I'm just mind blown with the level of talent, and there's a lot that we can unpack from that little stretch that we've just seen. Ice in the back with the cheeky little moves with the drumsticks and flipping them around in his fingers. I noticed that, my man. I saw that. Sheena's voice. You can tell where Stacey has inherited her vocal talent. It's just the nuances between both of those voices are so uncanny. They are so similar. You can close your eyes and you can honestly, you'd be forgiven if you didn't realize if it was Sheena or Stacey singing. Now, obviously there are some tonal differences and things like that, but they are so on point with how they sound. And then the backing vocals and the harmonization. Now, people can probably come at me from an angle here and say that, you know, music editing and everything else allows like the stacking of vocals and makes it sound cleaner. That's fine, but it still sounds absolutely fantastic. The backing harmonies, the lead vocal, everything instrumentally has been absolutely nailed so far. And then Ice comes in with the gut buster, and then Nisha comes through and absolutely shreds like that. Holy hell. Me oh my. These kids, whenever it's time to sit down and do a reaction video and I know I'm listening to Mission Souls, I know I'm locked in for a good time, and boy, they have not failed to deliver. Let's listen to the home strips and then we'll unpack it all. Absolutely brilliant. I'll have a look at the back of the little genie boy on the drums with his God-given talents. Holy crap, that just blows my mind to the level of talent and service that not just Sakan and Sheena have as adults, but these kids have, especially for their age. I am incredibly envious of the musical talent they display, and this is coming from somebody who grew up through musical theatre, so I'm very in tune with music, with instruments, with singing and everything in between, and I still wish I had an inch and a little pinch of talent that these kids have at this given age. They are going to be held in such great stead, and I have heard in comments of previous videos that, you know, original songs aren't too far off, and I really await the day that they break away from doing covers as brilliant as they are and start giving us original songs, because this is where they can start forming their true identity. Not saying they haven't found it yet. Don't take my words the wrong way. They've got their identity. They have it firmly, but currently Mission Souls could be touted as a cover band, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, especially when you do it this damn good. But to start getting some original things in the mix and getting their own songs out and showing, you know, themselves through song in way of things that they have written, I think is going to be a beautiful thing to witness, and I await the day that comes. But until then, keep serving us every single cover you want to dish up, because they've got a strong track record right now. Anything they touch turns to gold. They have the Midas touch, and there isn't often bands in this kind of vein that aren't popularized or world, you know, renowned, that I click with and cling onto as fiercely as I have since I've became a soulmate. This band is absolutely incredible. I find myself actively awaiting to see when they're going to drop their next song, what that song's going to be. They're touring and they're announcing all these tours. I would love to have them come out to Australia at some point and do a tour out here, because I think that would be great. Even if they only did a couple of locations, boy, I would be first in line if ever there was a time they wanted to come over to Australia and play a show in some way, shape, or form. That is it for today's video, though. Do hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave recommendations in the comments down below. The next cover I'm going to do from Mission Souls is going to be Linkin Park's What I've Done. I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. Well, I used to be. I'm a fan from the Chester Bennington era of Linkin Park, and I don't know whether that's going to be a divisive comment or not, but that's just where I'm at. I grew up a very, very big, hardcore Linkin Park fan, and I'm really keen to see these kids take. And then we'll shift into another live versus studio variant, which I think might be Van Halen's Jump. Not too sure yet, but just stay tuned for that. Leave a like down below if you did enjoy today's video. If you want to check out any more reactions I've done, plenty more on the channel to check out, and hit that notification bell on the way out, as well as the subscribe button. Get on board the community we are slowly but surely building. We recently surpassed 3,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the love and support that you show, whether it's just coming to view the videos, whether you do leave a like, whether you comment, whether you've subscribed for the journey. I feel once we get some continuity going, this channel and our community that we are piecing together can become a real juggernaut that's going to start punching our way through brick walls within the content creation and reaction space, and I'm glad you are here for the journey. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.